Jesse, welcome. How are you today?
I am blessed and excited. How are you?
Very good. Welcome to the Extreme Agents coaching call. And we got a few more people popping in here. We're going to let them get on board. I'm going to keep my eye open here to make sure I admit everybody. So today what we're going to do is just go over some broad strokes with social media practices, ABCs of social media. And Jesse is a social media guru, so to speak. He taught me how to do a lot of what I do and blah, blah, blah. I think it's going to be a valuable experience for us to learn from him. So give me 1 second here. Let me make sure I'm letting everybody in and we will get started. All right. We're going to mute everybody and okay. Here we go. Michael Ireland's coming in. Jim Zigmont. Admit all. I'm going to admit all. I think that allows me to just let them in. All right, Jesse, why don't you go ahead and get started, man?
All right. What's up, everybody? Is everybody excited? The end of the year is here, and
Yes, sir.
It's a great time to not stop, but to set yourself up for doing greater things and more online in 2021, because we know a lot of people's attention is online. Steve says I'm a guru. I can help you get started, but it's up to you. Once you get started, just start going, and then you can start connecting with so many people and building so much rapport online. So we're going to talk about some of the basics of getting started, posting, creating some posts and ideas. How do you come up with those things? I want to just take away the craziness of it and overwhelmed, because a lot of people don't get started because they're overwhelmed. So
yeah, and Jesse, if I could interject real quick, also I wanted to make sure we cover the actual showing how to put the post on Instagram and stuff, because there's people in here like myself that are old and don't really know how to do that.
All right, cool. Well, I am going to go fast. So we'll have a recording of this, and if you guys want more of this, we can do another call maybe later this week or early next week before more holidays hit us, and I can go a little more slower and more in depth. But what I'd like to show you is why social media you should be posting and sharing and connecting with people there, where to share, what to post, how to post. And when I say post, I mean to share something on these social media platforms. When you say you're posting something, you're sharing something or publishing something. How often should you post, and some tools and shortcuts. So again, I'm gonna go fast, but we're recording this, so you don't need to try to rush and take notes unless you have some ideas that you want to stop at. So why social media? Okay, there are more social media users than internet users in the world. You might think wait, isn't social media on there? More people have mobile devices and are using Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and these platforms and WhatsApp. All of these some of them are becoming social media networks, even though they weren't started that way. And there's more people using that than actually just using the internet, just going on and emailing and doing Google searches. So 3.4 billion people from last year. And we know that with 2020, that's different, right? This year, there's more people that are using social media and using the internet. Some of the leading networks where you should probably think about having a presence would be Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and many others. Again, WhatsApp is now becoming a leading social media platform. I don't do TikTok, but some people do TikTok and they do well at it. So I don't want to overwhelm you oh my goodness, there's all these platforms, and oh my goodness, where do I start? Which platform should I be on? You just want to pick one. So let me just give you a little picture. So if you kind of think of social media and how the evolution of technology has gone over the last 50 years, people used to network in person, right? And now they go on Facebook and network. People used to just listen to the radio. Now they listen to podcasts. People used to watch reality TV only. Now they go on Instagram and they see reality happening. People used to read the newspapers. Now they read blogs. They used to watch sitcoms. Now they go to YouTube. They used to just go check their mail anxiously for some direct mail to come in. Now we have email. So if you're thinking about well, why should I really adopt all this? this is the evolution of technology in the last 50 years is it's all moved online. It's all moved digital. So you want to see, how can I get on these places? How can I become a media producer? How can I become a media company? Because you are. A lot of you guys don't realize you are a media company. You could actually share something and broadcast it to the whole world. So you are a media company. I want you to really let that sink in your head that you are now doing networking online. You could have a radio show online by making a podcast. You could publish your own newspaper essentially by blogging. You could have your own reality TV show by using Instagram. So where to post? Again, don't get like, oh, I got to do Instagram and YouTube and all this. That's where I used to think, oh, I can do everything. And I've tried and it's hard. So just choose one. Choose one platform. So to make this really simple is, what platform do you like the most? Where do you engage? Are you a YouTube consumer? Like you just love to be on YouTube? If so, start publishing content on YouTube. If you love Instagram, which a lot of real estate people do, start there. And so that's what we're going to actually demo, is how to make a post on Instagram. Everybody, is that simple? Is that nobody's overwhelmed though? Just choose one. Choose one platform, okay? So a lot of people ask, well, what do I post? Before we know how to post, what do I post? The goal of sharing content is usually about three things. You want to inspire people, you want to educate people, or you want to entertain people. People that do well, they do one of those or all of those pretty well. They inspire people. That's why you see quotes. Like maybe you guys see motivational posts, or you may do those. Those are good. Post those because people like to be inspired. They like to feel better. So motivational quotes are great for that. Educating people. A lot of how-to videos or like a market update. You're educating people on things that they're like, oh, I didn't know that. I want to know what's going on in my city, my area. So educate people. And then you could, of course, entertain people. Now we're seeing a lot more of this, right? Where people are making these fun and exciting like video tours of properties because they can't maybe go in person as much. So they try to make it fun, right? So be fun, be someone that's likable. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys a really simple hack to posting, always having content to post. And this is something you're going to need to brainstorm after, but up here in the top right, it's called the JK5 method. Okay, this is from a lady who's a real social media guru, Jenna Kutcher, and she said, come up with 5 topics that you are passionate about. 5. The reason why is I go on a lot of real estate people's social media, and all I see is house for sale, house for sale, house for sale, house for sale, just sold, just sold, just sold. And you don't seem like a real person. You don't seem like a human, right? And so you want to diversify what you're sharing with the world. So pick 5 topics. Like for me, I talk about my family and like strong values that I have. I talk about real estate. I talk about technology. I talk about entrepreneurship, things like that I'm passionate about. I love those topics. So I have no problem talking about them, sharing those kind of things. So pick 5, and then on your phone, start saving photos and videos of those 5 topics. To make it really easy, just create 5 folders on your cell phone around those 5 topics. Again, it could be real estate, could be one category. Entrepreneurship and business, maybe you're passionate about that. Make that another topic. Maybe you love interior design. Cool. Make that a category. So pick 5, and then every single day when you're posting, rotate those topics. Again, you don't want to just be house for sale, house for sale, house for sale, house for sale. You want to be real. You want people to like you and follow you and connect with you because of you're a real human being that's interesting and fun and likable. So pick 5, start saving or creating things. Again, maybe you take 30 photos at one of your properties that you're going to sell, and you're not going to post those all at once. You might post those, sprinkle those out over a week or 2. Does that make sense? Cool. So pick 5. Another thing to do is share stories. Okay. People love stories more than anything else. That's like the oldest thing. I just bought my kids actually these dice on Amazon, and they're like 10 dice, and they all have little objects and pictures on them. And I got them because I want them to learn to be good storytellers. You roll a dice and a bunch of different objects show up and you have to create a story. So how can you make what you're sharing fun? Instead of just, here's a house for sale, maybe you tell the story about the house, or the backstory of the customer that is listing the home. Like, this is a family, they've lived here for 30 years and they've loved raising their kids here. Like, you just start getting into the emotion of it. That's why stories work, is they're filled with emotion. So stories is another great thing. I already said quotes. Again, you can post a quote every single day. People are not going to get mad at you because you share something inspiring and motivational. And then 3, something engaging would be like a question or a poll. Hey, do you guys, what do you guys think about this bathroom, right? You can see those type of posts, like yes or no for this one, or what should we do for the backyard in this property, or the patio, right? Start something engaging with people. Okay, so now we have some ideas of what you should be posting. You're going to need some assets and things to actually post. You're going to need some images, maybe some videos. You're going to need to know what kind of fonts you should be using, any ideas that we already just talked about, and then a call to action. Everything you do should always have a call to action. Tell people what to do. Hey, come check out this listing. Hey, come do this. Give me a call, DM me, some kind of call to action. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So EXP, for example, they have a website. Let me see if I can share. So EXP has a website called expmarketingcenter.com.
Yeah,
can you guys see my screen?
It's on our dashboard as well. That's where you can get all this stuff. Mm-hmm.
If you click on, is my screen sharing? Can you see this or no?
I can,
okay.
Yes.
Cool. Logos and brand guidelines, you click on that, and that's going to pop up this page here. And on this page, there's 2 things you can download right here. One is brand guidelines. Brand guidelines is what tells you how to use EXP's brand. You don't want to misuse and misrepresent their brand. So it's going to tell you, hey, these are the proper colors. It's going to tell you, what is this orange color? Because I don't know what color that is exactly. What's this blue color? So download that, and then also download the logo files. The logo files are going to be the actual image, this actual graphic right here of this logo, the color version, the white version, the black version. Download those, okay? Because you're going to use those on your social media posting. So we're collecting our assets so we can start creating posts. So download the brand guidelines. That's going to give you colors and fonts and all this fun stuff. So it tells you exactly this dynamic, inviting, growing orange color, what it is. And then they have a secondary color palette. Don't worry about secondary colors. Just make sure you download these, okay? Save them to your computer, and then we're going to use them. So now I'm going to show you how to actually use those assets. And of course, if you have photos from your open houses or yourself, make sure you get some headshots of yourself and your properties. Okay, so collect all of those first. Then come over to Canva. You don't have to use Canva. It's free. I'm going to show you how to make a post look nice and pretty and fast. Literally less than 5 minutes, you should be able to make a nice, pretty looking social media post. So you go to canva.com and you create a free account. And what Canva is basically it's templates of social media and different marketing materials that you can use from their template library. You don't have to come up from scratch. You don't have to be an expert designer. I'm not an expert designer. I just use templates and I build on top of it. So let me show you what that means. And I was going to show you guys from my phone here. Let's see if I can share my phone screen. Everybody good? Everybody taking notes? All right, let's see if I can do this from my okay. Can you guys see my phone screen? Yeah, sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna open up Canva. So you can do this from your phone. You don't even have to log into your computer. And you can pick different styles. So let's start with Instagram, because I think everybody that's in real estate should probably be on Instagram, sharing stuff on there. So I'm going to grab a Instagram story and an Instagram post. So those are just different sizes, and I'll show you how to do that late in about 5 minutes. But I'm just going to pick one and then go from there and show you. I click on Instagram story. So this is a design layout. It's a template, so I can create from it and start using it to post. So there's all kinds of them, holiday ones, there's you name it. If you search, you could find house ones and for sale home templates and all that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch in here, or you can start from scratch if you don't want to use a template. I'm just going to grab one here. Let's see. Don't spend a lot of time doing this, okay? Some people they're like, oh yeah, maybe that's not the right one. Just pick one and go, okay? So I'm going to pick this one. Okay, this is a quote, right? So I can modify this. I can add all kinds of stuff to it. I can change the color. I can change what it looks like. I can change what it says. I can add more to it. Down in the right-hand corner, there's a plus sign. If I click that, I get all these options. I can upload photos that I have from my phone. I can choose photos that they already have. So for example, if I click on photos, look at, I type in house for sale. There's a bunch of house photos, right? And I could just pick one. I'm like, oh, you know what? I kind of like this. I'm gonna click that one. I can move this around. I can put it wherever I want it. I can zoom in on it, make it bigger, make it smaller. All of these elements in these images, you can edit them. You don't have to though. Okay. So I can add more stuff, right? I can add another text. So I can click on headline, move it around, make it big by just dragging. I'm just dragging my finger to make it bigger or smaller. Type in a headline, Happy Wednesday, right? And I could put this a nice little quote. I could add my logo. I could add all of that. And then from here, once I found something I like, or I've modified it the way I like it, I'm just dragging and dropping. Nothing. You don't have to be special skilled or anything. Just clicking around my fingers. Once I like what I have, I'm going to click on the top button that says download, or that has a little down arrow. I'm going to click on that, and it's saving it to my phone. So now it's been saved. So now I can go to Instagram and I can share what I just designed. Okay, so if I click on my photos, you can see it's right here. Cool. So I already made one earlier like this. So I'm going to post that one. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I go to Instagram. So first of all, if you don't have an Instagram account, it's connected to Facebook. So you can go to Facebook and you can actually share the posts from Instagram to Facebook. That we can do in a more advanced class or session. But start with Instagram. Okay. When I open up Instagram and I've created my account, and I'm assuming most of you guys have some type of social media or Instagram account. If you don't, I can help you with that. But creating an account, you just follow the prompts. Once I'm inside of Instagram, okay, I can do a lot of different things, and I don't want to get overwhelmed. So I am gonna stick with two. I can make this little image that we see right here, like a post like this, right? This is called your feed, okay, where all of your posts that you want everybody to see in their news feed. It's like what you would see on like the headlines, right? The front page of a newspaper. It's the first thing that everybody opens up and they start seeing. Or I can share something that disappears after 24 hours. That's called a story. So if you ever heard anybody say Instagram story or Facebook story, they're talking about these little circles up at the top. And these are all posts that they will delete after 24 hours. Okay. So to create either one of those, we just click the plus sign up in the top right-hand corner. And I'm going to choose what I want to post. Okay. So the little plus sign, click on the plus sign, and then again, my images start popping up. It'll make it a square. I can resize it from here. Okay. Then I click on the next button. So I've already downloaded our assets. This is why you need your assets or your visuals first. Now I go here, I click next. I can change the color and all that fun stuff. I don't want to do anything like that. Then I'm prompted to write something. And most of you guys are like, oh no, what do I write? I don't know. I have no clue what to write. Well, we already decided that when we come up with ideas. Are we going to share a story? Is it an open house? Is it, hey, you went out to eat with your friends? Is it something motivational? What I like to do is have a template already created in my notes app. So if I go to my notes app, I have a little post template. where I share a story. So just type up your contact information, type in a few hashtags, which you don't need to worry about much right now. Just put like realtor, real estate agent. That helps people find your post. Put your location in there, like your city. So I put my contact information, and then I might share a little blob right here about, I hope you guys are having a great day, blah, 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 right? It doesn't have to be fancy. You're trying to inspire. I'm posting a quote, so I'm trying to inspire people and keep them happy and motivated and be positive, right? So once I have this, I'm just going to select all, double tap and select all on my phone. I'm going to copy that. Okay. So again, if you do this all ahead of time, it makes posting. You can make a post in 5-10 minutes. You don't have to like spend hours. Like, what do I come up with and how do I create the graphics and what should I say? I've already created that template. So you just do it once and then you just change the little headline or something every time. So I've copied that. I'm going to go back to Instagram. And now I don't have to worry about what am I going to write because I've already wrote a little template. Make sense? Good. So now I have again, we're using templates. We're using building blocks to make this fast and easy. So now I have my verbiage in here and I'm good to go, right? So now I can choose a location and I would recommend that. The reason why you want to choose a location almost on every single post is because you're a real estate agent working in a certain geographic area. So I would choose a location, right? So you can pick Chicago, bam. What that does is people that are in Chicago that are following what's going on in Chicago, they can see your post if you do that. If you don't put a location, it's less likely that people are going to find you. So now I've got my image, I've got my description, I've actually tagged the location that I'm in. So I want people in Chicago, or maybe it's a city where your open house is. Put that city in there, or you just sold a property. You want people in that area to be able to find it, right? And then I click share, and the magic is done, right? So now it's published to the world, okay? And it shows right up in the feed. So anybody now can come in here, comment and engage with it, like it, they can double tap it, blah, blah, blah. So that is posting a post. What if I wanted to post a story? Okay, again, the story disappears after 24 hours. Think of a story more as like you're telling your story of your day. What did you do today? Maybe you went out to eat with some clients. Maybe you toured a couple of properties. Maybe you showed some homes. Maybe you stopped and got lunch. Maybe you played with your kids for a little bit. That is kind of what appropriate. It's like reality TV. It's like you're behind the scenes of a real estate agent. That's what you should use your stories for. So if you're following Steve, you'll see he's going to the gym. That's his part of his story of his day, right? He's making his cold calls. That's part of the story of his day. He's posting those on his story. On your post, on this feed right here, you would post like your special announcements that you want people to see over the next week or the next couple of days. So let's do a story. So I click on the little story button. Okay. And I click on my graphics. Again, I already made one inside of Canva, right? Like that.
Jesse,
Yes.
why would someone, no disrespect to Steve, but why would someone care to look at what you're doing in 24 hours? Like, tell me the psychology of why people go and look at that.
That's a great question, and it's the same psychology of why people watch reality TV. Why is there a thing as such as nosy neighbors, right? People want to know what you're doing. Now, if they're attracted to Steve and they like his personality or they want to know more about him, they want to get to know him. That's the real Steve. Steve really does go box for hours every day, right? That's the real Steve. So and I'm glad you asked that. It's very important that you become what some of my marketing mentors call it as an attractive character. If you're going to attract certain people to you, now not everybody's going to like you. That's just the way it is. You're going to get some people that are like, that's the gym you go to. Oh, you need to do leg day, man. Come on. You're going to get haters actually. But guess what? Those are people that are not attracting to you. Just don't worry about them. So think of it like a reality TV show. People want to know you. They want to get to know more about your life, who you are. Are you legit? Are you just spamming the internet?
Yeah, that way it does make you look more real. If you just post stuff during the day and it's not like somebody's posting it for you, people like that. And it's amazing. Sometimes you do a post, you think, oh, I'm going to get a lot of, hits or interest on this, and you don't hardly get any, and then you put something on there completely random and you'll get blown up. It's just, it's like the psychology of people. You really can't figure it out. They just want to see reality.
Yeah, they do. And this is an interesting thing. Stories are actually more popular and more engaged with than the actual posts in the feed. It might vary from market to market or person to person, but there's a reason people want that. There's a reason TikTok has 1 billion users already, because it's raw, it's real. It's like kids dancing and just people are goofing off. It's being real, and people want that. They're sick of the over commercialized, cookie cutter everything, and so they want the real. So I would mix in your open houses with those other topics that you're passionate about. So thank you for asking. That was a great question. So now I have a story. Guess what? I'm going to hit post it. It says your story in the bottom left-hand corner. If you connect your Instagram to your Facebook page, which we don't have time to get through today, I have a really cool way of using Facebook pages to generate leads without paying for ads. I'll teach that another time. But if you connect them here, it might say post to your story and Facebook. So if I click on your story, it's now posting that to my story. And here it's giving me the option to share to Facebook or not, right? So now it shows up in my story. Now from here I'm going to show you another trick. If you don't want to like come up with a new story post, you can actually come to your actual Instagram post like this, and then you click on the little airplane icon right where it says View Insights, just to the right of that red heart. You see a little airplane? You click on that, and now I can add it to my story and hit your story. And now I've posted my post to my story. So you're like duplicating your effort, right? So I'm not just like, I posted only to my news feed. I actually shared something twice in 2 different formats, because some people want to engage with stories. Some people want to engage with the news feed. But you'll have to check with your own metrics to see which one is more popular for you. But I would post to both. Okay, so that is posting to Instagram. The next thing you want to make sure you do is always engage with people. If people comment or they like your post or something, engage with them. Say something nice. Thank you for engaging with me. Thanks for blah, 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 right? You want to engage with people. This is a social network. So you want to make sure you take the next step and follow through with being a human being, and not just, I'm broadcasting my message, like it or nothing, right? You want to be real. And so you engage, and you might become friends with somebody that you never met before just by doing that. And you might get a new client. Okay. Last thing I want to touch on here for Instagram is creating your profile. Okay. So the feed, this is what's going on in everybody else's world. What you see here is what's going on in everybody else's world. Same with the stories. That's what's going on in all these people's world. That's what they're sharing. But when people want to know more and even more about you, they're going to click on this little bottom right icon. That's my profile. And this is where you share. So this account is I've flipped some properties in Florida. And so this is an account I have from over there. This little blurb right here should showcase what you're all about, right? Now you can make it more engaging, however you want. Some people put like, hey, I'm a dad and I'm a real estate agent and I love entrepreneurship and I live in Chicago and I'm a foodie. I love to go eat restaurant all over the place. So be real, tell who you are. You click on edit profile. You can add your image from your phone. You can add your logos, all that kind of stuff from this profile. So you click on edit profile. And again, you can choose what type of settings you're here. And again, we don't have time to get into all that. I would put a website in there, which hopefully is some type of lead capture page, or another alternative that we'll talk about another time again is Linktree, which you can link to all kinds of stuff. But put a website that has some type of lead capture, because you want to use your social media to capture leads, not just to broadcast stuff. Okay, so we talked about what you should post. We talked about how to post, where to post. Again, I would start with Instagram. We talked about your story versus your post on your feed. We talked about Let's see if I had a couple other things I wanted to. Okay.
Canva is free, guys. So there's a free version and then there's a pro version, but that's the best place that I've seen also to get, backgrounds and stuff to
Yeah.
post.
And to get your stuff in here, so once you're inside Canva, you just literally drag stuff. If you're on the computer, it's a little faster. So you can come in here and drag your real estate assets and your photos and the EXP logo that you download. You can download it directly from your computer. You just drag it onto this little area over here on the left. Okay, so open your computer file, open Canva, and then just start dragging your images to here. And then once they're in there once, you can keep using them over and over again. So I can take Steve, I can put him in here, I can drag him around, I can make him big or small, and Steve's big, so we gotta
Bigger.
all right, so same with EXP, right? You want to put your EXP logo, you can drag it around wherever you want.
My head's bigger, that's for sure.
You can upload your property photos, just drag them right onto here, okay? Drag them right onto if you drag them anywhere on this page, it's gonna pop in here. So don't think like, I don't know where the button is, just drag it on there. It's gonna pop
that's
in.
the uploads is where you're at there?
I'm in uploads, but guess what? I could be right here. I can come over here and grab EXP logo, right? I just click drag, it already knows where to put it. So you don't have to be, again, they're trying to remove the technical hiccups and roadblocks. You just drag it on there, it'll pop in there, okay? And so now that it's in there, there's an Extreme Agents logo, right?
Wow.
I can come over here and I can find all kinds of photos, right? So I can type in Chicago, and guess what? There's all kinds of photos of Chicago I could post, right? I could find little objects if I wanted a specific object, like a little house. I'm like, hey, I want to post a little picture of a little house. I can modify the colors of it. Click up here on colors, click around. It already knows what colors I have in this graphic. So it actually found the blue and the orange. So I don't have to think about what orange do I need. So all of these things, it's like, it's super, super simplified so that you don't have to be like,
this is a great thing for us non-technical people or technical whatever, that something to do during the Christmas break. Get all this crap organized so you can just do quick posting.
And here's another cool thing, you guys, is you can, once you create a few that you like, you can keep them as templates and then you just modify them. If I want to, I'm like, hey, I like this. I'm going to flip Steve around here so you're facing that way. Okay, you know what? I like that one. I got my EXP logo. I like the way this looks. I can now copy it, and that one's still up there, and I have another one here. I can now make a different one, right? I'm like, hey, cool, I want to make a new post. And that's how fast to make a new post. I can change my text here, right? Super simple to make another post really fast. So the design and the ideas should not be the roadblock for you guys posting and sharing and engaging with people on social media, because a lot of the templates and a lot of the foundation is already done. There's no cost to post on Instagram. There's no cost to use Canva. They're free tools. On another call, we can talk about how to automate all this. You could batch all of your posting and do it in like 1 hour on Monday and schedule it out for the entire week with tools like Hootsuite, or I use Publer. And these are tools so I can say, hey, I want to post this image on Tuesday at 5. I want to post this image on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And I want to post this video on Friday at 4 p.m. I can schedule all that on one day. So it's like you're prospecting, right? Like, hey, I planned out all of my social media broadcasts in one time. We'll do that another time. But I want to give you guys one thing. So would anybody find it useful if you had post little ideas and prompts for all of 2021 of what you can post and little ideas? Would anybody want something like that? Like, hey, what should I be talking about every single day for the next 365 days? All right, cool. I'm going to give you guys a link to this Google spreadsheet, and it's literally what should you share? So you're not like, oh, I don't know what to post today, right? Maybe you give a tip. Maybe you're exploring your city, right? There's a ton of different ideas here, one for every single day of the next 365 days. So 2021, everybody's got something they can post, something they can share.
Are you going to put that in the chat?
Yeah. I got to modify a couple quick little things so that it's easier for everybody, and then I'll put that we'll put that on the email. How about that, or WhatsApp?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get it out to everybody. It's again, I don't want you guys to think, what do I start with? Here you go.
Jesse, why don't you put your email address in the chat for anybody real quick that doesn't have it, that
Cool.
wants to email you and get that sent to them while we're here. I know how I lose track of things.
Okay, is there any question? I see a couple questions here. Okay, somebody else says, what does JK5 stand for? It stands for Jenna Kuther. Sorry, she's a social media person. She came up with that. It's called the JK5 method. It basically means pick 5 topics to talk about. I do have a lot of tabs open. I usually have 2. Over here I have another Chrome screen. That's my ADD. Canva Pro, yes, you should. This is probably the best $12 that I spend every month. You can edit videos in Canva. It does more than I am actually showing you. And I'm not a designer. I don't know how to use Photoshop. I don't know how to use none of that stuff. I use templates for everything I make, from a website to an email. I got 300 email templates when I'm sending an email. I don't start from scratch ever, and I don't think you should either. All right, what else? Any other questions here?
It was one about how often should I post and ban this. I'm not an expert, but I hired some experts to advise me on this as well. And they said 3 to 5 times a day is optimal in the story. And then approximately 2 to 3 preferably times a week on your feed. Is that what?
Yep.
About right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
To start, post daily. How often? Daily. Because I'll tell you why. Instagram and Facebook will reward you for creating content daily. If you're not creating content daily, they're gonna be like, oh, you're irrelevant. You're not part of the modern world. So we're not gonna showcase and share your content with as many people. So post daily, just once a day at least. Start there. Don't get it all.
I would say, as far as your story, you probably could not post too much in your story, as long as you're not doing a bunch of long videos or something.
No, there is a EXP agent blowing up in the area that I live in. Fast agent. He's spoken all kinds of stages, and he posts probably 20 stories a day, 30 stories a day. You can't overpost on stories. They're going to be gone in 24 hours.
Hey, Jesse, should I post on my personal Instagram or business Instagram? And my other question is, what does it mean to tag someone?
Great questions. So I would use both. I would try to keep it like a 70-30 rule, like on your personal profile, like 70% personal and maybe 30% business. And on your business, probably like 50 to 70% business stuff. And then maybe like 30% like real personal stuff. Maybe, hey, we went on a holiday vacation and blah, blah, blah. So that way, again, you want to be real and human and be real. So, and then, I'm sorry, what was the other question?
Tagging someone. John Sai always says, tag me on your post, Simone. I'm like, okay, I'll figure out how to post first, then I'll maybe tag you. What does that mean?
So tagging means literally adding the @ symbol on your computer. So you're gonna use the @ sign and then whatever their name is. Okay, so it's gonna be like Merritt Group 3000.
Can you pull up your phone real quick again and show her how to do that?
Give me a second here.
I'd like to make sure I'm doing it right too.
Let me share phone.
We'll have another call with more details as well on the next call, Jesse, because this is obviously a popular one.
And this, we're just scratching the surface. So if you guys do some of these basic things, you're doing more than a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, so do a few of these things over the next couple of weeks. So by the next time we meet, you're going to have more advanced questions and more stuff will come up.
Yeah. Okay. So if let's say I go to this story that I posted, or I'm going to need to post a new one now. So I'm going to post a new story. I can tag somebody. So to get to what just popped up, I click the text option up in the top right, the little A and the big A there, capital A. Now I have my text prompt open. I'm going to find the @ symbol on my keyboard. There it is. And now I can tag somebody, right?
I would always just go up into that other
You can. So there's two ways to do it. This is one way to do it, and you can, like, say you don't want that to be a big. I don't want this to be real big, so I can. Again, this is like my Jacksonville profile, so I can tag Jacksonville Fitness. What that means is now they are going to get notified that I'm tagging them, and then they can share this post on their story as well, and it's easy to go. Like,
show how to do it on the other part of it.
Did you have to type out the whole, like, did you have to know what their Instagram name is or whatever?
No,
Like,
no, I just started typing. So if I type in, I think I'm following Lee Marcus, right, on here on this profile for whatever reason.
And it'll pop up the most recent ones that you normally tag or, you know, that you're following. So it usually gets the right one. And it'll show their picture. It'll show their Instagram thing at the bottom. So you can just click on it then.
Yeah. So as soon as I start typing, it starts prompting suggestions. Some of these people are people I follow. Some of them are not. Some of them are like
Trump. Wow.
some of them are celebrities, right, or whatever. You can, yeah. So you can tag people, and then that helps them find it. Helps other people see it as well. You can do hashtags as well, which are like topic related. So I could put in here real estate. If I could spell real estate. And again, if I don't want everybody to see that, I can shrink this down with my fingers. I'm just pinching my fingers together, and I can put this really, really small down here where nobody can even really know that it's even there. So if I don't want to like mess up my cute little design, I can be like, hey, I want to put this.
Show the other thing there though, where you click on the little smiley up top, the square. That's what I do.
So you click on this square up here, which is the square smiley tab, and there is hashtag. You see it says location. I can tag my location, so my city, right? I can say I'm in Chicago. Boom. And say I want that to be clear because I don't want it to be, I just tap on it and it changes the color and all that fun stuff. And then I can choose, I can mention somebody. Again, I could say, hey, this is Lee Marcus.
That's how I do it. It's a lot easier.
Just like that. So the only thing with that is you can only tag one person that way. So if you do it with if you could do it with the text, you can tag multiple people. Okay.
What? So in other words, when I'm putting like 5 or 6 people in there using that button, it's not tagging all those people?
No.
You gotta do it one at a time, right?
Yeah, one at a time. Again, I can use a hashtag. We talked about that. You can add a poll. So if you want to get engagement, it's like, do you like this house? You know, something simple, right? You can just, and this creates engagement. Okay. If a simple way to get engagement is just do that. Like, do you guys like this house? Fire, yes or no, right? What else can we do on here? We can do all kinds of little stuff. You can do scribbles. You can like draw and stuff, right? So I can grab this. If I click on the little scribble icon on the very top right, I click on that. I click on the arrow, for example, and you're like, hey, check this house out. It automatically draws a little arrow for me. Okay. So I don't have to, and I can change the colors.